This video is going to show you a solo GM for Sunless Cell Hunter mains. The surges and mods for Sunless Cell are Arc Surge, Strand Surge, Void Threat is on, Champions are unstoppable, there are no overloads, and there's a couple of GM mods not even worth mentioning. Okay, this Hunter build I highly recommend for Sunless Cell. It melts Sunless Cell, it's really good. If you're a Hunter and you want to solo this GM, I highly recommend the loadout. Okay, I'm going to go through all of the aspects of this build and the reasoning behind each ability usage so that you've got peace of mind as a Hunter main that you can use this dim link with confidence and not have to quiz me about everything about it. See, I'm noticing a behavioural pattern regarding Hunter mains during 2025, and for whatever reason, you're more brutal than the other classes about what stuff I use for Hunter content for Destiny 2 on my videos. I don't know why, but yous are the hardest to please. Titan mains, I can give yous a build, a toy to play with, and you're in the corner for hours, happy enough with it. Warlock mains, I can manipulate yous with builds, poison builds, this build, that build, second filament builds, and yous are happy with that, and yous are build crafting, and you're happy. But Hunters, no matter what I do for yous, it's just it ain't good enough for you. So I'm going to go to extra detailed information for my Hunter main loyalists so that you can be confident in what I've give you today is good, and it is good. You can't deny it because I'm going to give you the reason behind it. So I've just told you Strand Surge is on. So you put Silk Strike on because it's not just about the Strand Surge, it's about overcharging your exotic hand cannon that I'm using, and it's a kinetic weapon. So you want to overcharge that weapon because it hasn't got an artifact mod in it. Well, it has, but it's intrinsic, but it won't get overcharged. So you want to overcharge the hand cannon that I've suggested. Silk Strike needs to go on. Your choices are Silk Strike or Storm's Edge. I don't think you want to run Storm's Edge, do you? So you go Silk Strike. Okay, dodges. I ran Marksman's Dodge because it's a lower cooldown, 29 seconds. Gambler's Dodge is 38 seconds. Acrobat's Dodge is 1 minute 22. For playback loop purposes for the build, Marksman's Dodge goes on, it reloads your weapon. If you're a feisty little Hunter and you really do want to put Gamblers on, you can do. The run's going to be very similar to what I did, to be honest. You're not going to get any time gains just because you put Gambler's Dodge on. Come on, it's only a dodge. But I recommend Marksman's Dodge because it's going to be a better gameplay loop with the aspects I've chose. The melee choice, best melee, best in slot, is Snare Bomb, and I didn't really realise this until recently. It's the better than all of these melee options. Yeah, I know I said it and you don't like it, but it is. I'll tell you why that is in a bit. Best grenade option for Sunless Cell is Grapple. There's no doubt in my mind. Because of what you can do with Grapple in Sunless Cell, it's the best grenade option. Argue it in court with you. It's better than all of these. Trust it. Trust the process. Aspects. Threaded Spectre, Decoy, and Ascension. No need for invisibility. Why? Because, well, I feel as though Hunters have been in an invisibility jail since 2015. I have the key, let me let you out. As soon as you get out of that jail, you're going to be like, damn, look at this world. Look at the trees. Look at what I've missed out on. No need for invis on this build. It's that powerful. Because of the decoy tech, it's that powerful. It seriously is. Fragments and the reasons for each one. Facet of Ruin increases the size of stasis and ignitions. Well, that is what Hailfire Spike Grenade does. It does both of those things. So, Facet of Ruin will enhance Hellfire Spike. That is the number one fragment. There you go. Boom. There you go. You got it. Facet of Protection is for resistant. You want to get that resistance damage resist. Facet of Protection is a bog standard fragment that you always put it on. Especially on a Hunter. Even more so on a Hunter. Facet of Hope gives you a buff to class ability when you've got an elemental buff. When you pop Ascension, you will get amplified. Therefore, when you run, you'll get another Ascension to use, therefore getting more decoys. This is fantastic. Seriously, you want to put Facet of Hope on. I know some Hunter mains don't want to, but you should. Trust the process. Facet of Dawn is a 20% buff to weapons, and you always put that on for prismatic builds also. I really like Facet of Balance. I put that on because of the playback loop. It adds to it. And it works while you're in Transcendence as well. Faceted Purpose, whilst it is a -10 recovery, is well worth it because you get Woven Mail in my case when I pick up an Orb of Power. That is really good. Okay, so you've had your justifications, but I did say the best melee option is Snare Bomb. Why is that? Well, because of this mod here, Malign Harvest. When you apply Weaken, you get an Overshield. When you're in your Transcendence, you're going to keep getting Overshields and you're going to be really tanky. With that, with other things like Facet Protection, Woven Mail as well, you're going to have all this stuff going on. Not to mention there's another resistance mod with a machine gun called Heavy Ordnance Regeneration. You get resistance with this. Okay, so there you go. You've had your build there. Now I'm using Lucky Pants, gives us a massive damage buff to hand cannons. Here's the mods. Now, Ascension does not work with Bomber, Outreach, all that stuff. So this is why I'm using this stuff. It does work with Utility Kickstart. I'm using Proxwad for Overshield, and then Power Finish is just a throwaway mod because there's nothing else to put in this slot because Ascension doesn't work with Bomber and stuff. If it did, I would use that. But in the meantime, until that gets fixed, this is what I'm using. Void mods, because I'm going to use a Void LMG. Double Void Resist is so important for this. Concussive Dampener is so important for this. I've got double Balsam Detonation on. A Kinetic Loader is dead important for this. You want to buff up the hand cannons reload. And I've got double Siphon on, I guess, and a Heavy Ammo Finder. Pairing that with the exotic hand cannon Malfeasance. Malfeasance with the Taken Predator perk does 25% more damage against taken enemies, and there's a lot of them in this. Not to mention it gets Vorpal Weapon with the Catalyst, and it's an exotic weapon, and you've overcharged the weapon if you use a Strand or Arc Super this week. This weapon is going to melt in this Sunless Cell. Okay, reasons for the other things. A Glaive. Use a Glaive with Demo, Enhanced Demo if you can. Very good in this for what I'm doing. It's niche, but it's really good. And I'm using a Void LMG. Any LMG you want to use, but I do recommend a Void one, not an Arc one, because there's loads of Void shields in this. There's loads. So it's actually beneficial. Now, if you want to use Corrective Measure, go and use it. If you want to use Retrofit Escapade, go and do it. It's up to you. It doesn't really matter. The Void LMG is open for interpretation and it's only on for ad clear. Make no mistake about it. Malfeasance is going to do everything for you anyways, regardless of it. You just want a ad clear. You don't need linear either. There's no need for a linear in this. Honestly, there isn't. But that was the build that I present to you for Sunless Cell. Okay, so I'm in the run. So this movement you're going to see right here is what you want to master as a hunter going forward for Sunless Cell. Once you do that, I mean, it's not that difficult to master, but once you get the hang of that, you're going to speed up your Sunless Cell runs tenfold. So I'm going to get a stun on this Unstop out here, get a weakening on him, then swap to a fully loaded Malfeasance. It melts a champ. Make sure you kill the champ at a 2.2 multiplier bottom right. See? It's went to 0 now. Make sure that first champ is killed at a 2.2 multiplier and you won't bug out Platinum rank. Okay? So, make sure you reload your Malfeasance with either your Ascension dodge or, you know, manually reloaded. But just make sure it's fully loaded so that when you get to the next champ like this, you can melt them down. Now, I'm going to farm this champ a little bit for a little bit of ability energy, but we have actually melted him and finished him anyways. But I'm basically going to take out all of these Acolytes. You want to clear out all these Acolytes and the Arc Knight. This will spawn in an additional... Well, he spawns in anyways, this Hive Unstop, but you're spawning him in quicker if you do this. This is critical. Make sure that you do it. He will spawn up anyways later on, so you may as well just get him now. This is critical. Make sure you do it for the strat, for the run. The whole identity of the run relies on this, to be honest. So I hope you haven't skipped this bit. If you have, that's your fault. Just clear out all the ads here. You'll get a champion appeared when it happens. There we go. It spawns in. Then you want to go back up top and then kill this champ. So we're going to do that. I've got a double damage buff. Let's see what double damage buff does. Blistering Dominance plus Lucky Pants and Malfeasance. Look at that. Melt. Incredible. So, now that you've done a little bit of background work, you've prepped the whole GM now. This is really good. I know it's a 30-second time investment, and I know hunters seem to have attention disorders, but commit to the strat. Trust the process. Kill that second unstop. Then come to this room. Now you need to look for your taken unstop. He could be left, he could be right, he could be mid. If you get weak while looking for him, use an ascension. You will tank quite a lot. You'll be surprised. The ads will ignore you when you're amplified as well. Alright, let's find the unstop. There we go. We pop a Transcendence for him. Let's get a good Hellfire Spike nade on and a weaken and debuff, and then just use Malfeasance. Just spam that and then just spam your abilities. Once that taken unstop is killed, which I'm taking a little bit longer than I should have with him, but that's fine. I get a double damage bonus. This is good. I use my back end of my Transcendence here on the wizard. So you need to kill 3 wizards, not 4. Just the 3 wizards. Left, right, top. That is it. Then we'll just use the back end of my Transcendence and then super. It's worth your while just to super here because you don't need it for anything for a while. So you may as well just use it here. However, you don't want to, you don't have to, I suppose. It's fine. It's up to you. It's up to you. Doesn't really matter because you don't need it for about 5 minutes. No, 3 minutes. About 2-3 minutes you don't need it. So, you know. Right. You've used your super. You've cleared out the wizards. You've killed all champs up until this point. You keep going. Here's where the optimizations come in. Here's where the hunter mobility technologies come in. So, you need your grapple and you want your dodge. Those are 2 requirements. What you're going to do is this. There is other ways, but follow the process. Double jump here, sorry. Then do a grapple, then an ascension. This will then get you over to the blight side. Go left or right, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. No requirement. Then you're going to take down the blight with Malfeasance. Jump down immediately. Do not get sniped. You won't have a grapple just yet, so pull out your demo glaive and just kill some of the grims. There we go. I get my grapple back. Now I can just go and skip. You can wait there for this obstacle to come round to that point. I mean, it's not exact, you know, but you want to grapple and then do an ascension over to mid and you're skipping this entire room. You will be amplified, so the ads won't hit you as much. Just keep running. Trust the process. It's not bad at all, honestly. It's nowhere near as dangerous as it looks. You might get a bane on one of the void goblins. But yeah, just to use the glaive. Same thing, use the glaive here. You want to get enhanced demo to proc for glaive. For your grapple. Which I've nearly got it now. So I'm just going to clear out 1 or 2 more. You could decide to take care of the grims, but I don't even think you need to do it. As long as your movement's loyal and you do things properly, then you're good. Take care of the blight with Malfeasance, same thing. What you can do, let's see out there, look at the platforms. It's not favourable. Did you see the platforms? It'll make sense in a minute. Once those platforms come into line, which they may be in line for you, but I'm just trying to make your life easy as possible. Right, there we go, look, the platform's coming into best process here. So, you're going to run over here, grapple in the mid-air like that, then do an ascension to get amplified. Ads will ignore you a little bit. Not entirely, but a little bit. Then you just skip the room. See that? Got no Transcendence, though, and got no super, but that's fine. You just whip out the LMG. So, you're going to go on a bit of a rampage with your machine gun, whatever machine gun you've chosen. If it's corrective measure, it's corrective measure. And you're just going to start dealing with some of the ads. But on this run, this is a 50% RNG thing where the taken unstop may push, or he might push, or may not. In this case, on this run, he pushes, which I'm surprised, but he does. He must have seen me at some point. But just keep dealing with the ads. Don't forget about the subjugator for now. There, look, there we go. He's pushed, but the silver lining is I got a double damage buff on the floor, so I'm going to weaken him. And then the bolt charge just does massive damage, and I clean him up with Malfeasance. That's okay. I was intending to skip him, but I've got a plan B. Plan A failed, so my plan B will come into play in about 10-15 minutes. You'll see near the end of the video. But for now, I'm just going to use a super. So you want to use your Silk Strike, get it out, because you're going to get plenty of Silk Strikes, so you may as well use it. Clear the room. Get rid of all taken enemies. Look at that kick he done to me there. When you come out of your super, back up and get that glaive guard up. That's why a glaive's on. Yeah? So, now that the room's micromanaged, now I'm just going to do a bit of chip damage to this boss with Malfeasance. This subjugator boss is very difficult to deal with at times like that. I'm trying to do my crit damage and then he just pushes right away. But ultimately you just want to do chip damage to him to spawn in the next wave of adds. You're not concerned with doing much damage to the subjugator anyways at the minute. More damage will come into play later. You just want to focus and clear, basically clear the room. So I pop a Transcendence. Look at the amount of overshields I'm getting in my Transcendence gameplay. Hunters are on about not being tanky enough in endgame. Well, this is a way of getting around it. Use Maligned Harvest with Smoke Bomb. Man, this is probably the best melee option on Hunter now. It depends on what you're doing. Like Fretted Spike's a good melee option because it severs targets. Withering Blade is a good melee option because you get 2 of them and it's good for unstops and things. The solar, the fan blades are no good. It's the worst melee option. So I think for Transcendence gameplay on a Prismatic, Smoke Bomb's your best bet because it weakens the targets and you can spam quite a lot of it. I'm going to use a super here. So yeah, you can use your Ascension after you grapple in your super to go wild. But ultimately you want to pop a super and clear out that subjugator in middle. That's what you want to do. I'm going to weaken this wizard. It's a Bane. I'll use an Ascension. Keep spamming your Ascensions. Because when you use Ascension, you're going to get amplified and a decoy in midair. That decoy is going to give you resistance in a different way. It won't give you a higher number, but the adds won't focus you. Therefore, your HP will regenerate. The Unstop is the last target. I mean, that's fine because I've got a good build to deal with them. Now, I'm going to farm a little bit of super off them. Just a little bit. I didn't do Lucky Pants damage. That was intentional. Just farming a little bit of super. So I want to do less damage in actual fact. Just want to farm a little bit, super energy. There we go, look. 3/4 now. Just because of that little micromanagement of damage to that champ. Now you whip out the LMG. Because that's its purpose. It's full purpose, the LMG, is just for ad clear. I'll get a grapple here. Then I'll do my Ascension. I go flying. It's nice, honestly. It's really good movement. And you're just going to want to spawn kill the knights and things. We're going to get a suppressing, not suppressing, but a smoke bomb on them. Blinds them, weakens them. A lot of utility. And you get an overshield while you do it. But yeah, you just want to deal with these taken knights. Now I'm going to pop a Transcendence. Here's the optimizations. You're going to spawn trap a door. I was a little bit too soon on my abilities because they don't take damage until they get out the door. But I have spawn trapped them in a sense. Come back to middle. I would recommend it a little bit. Just to, deal with these Scions. Because the Scions are threatening. Because when you kill them, you get a Void Detonation Blast off their location. It's actually best to deal with them with the glaive. I'm going to get a grapple into mid. Because now I'm happy to look to super. So your idea here is just to clear out the room. Focus the room first, not the boss. We have all the damage in the world to kill this boss very quickly. So not using a super on him isn't a bad thing. It isn't. Just manage your room. You'd be better off just managing your room. Because once all adds are clear, we get double damage bonuses. We've got Lucky Pants. All this was a bad pickup. It's not by me. I just get bad unluck. The boss is just completely de-aggroed, so I couldn't take advantage of it. But that's okay. Like I say, it means I can actually farm up a little bit more ability energy in this little time window that I have, because there's going to be another wave of adds in a minute. So I can farm up Transcendence energy a little bit and a little bit of super regen. There we go. So I swap to Malfeasance. Lucky Pants damage. The boss freaks out. This Consumed Ogre will freak out a lot, so you will miss your crit because of it. He wanders the streets for some reason. When you've got out of luck, do some damage with either your glaive or LMG and wait for that timer to come back. Then swap back to Lucky Pants, look at the damage. Then I'll pop a Transcendence right away. Transcendence first. Always do Transcendence first, then super after. Then we're just going to manage the room with my smokes and my nades. I don't think I ended up smoking the tart and the boss. I should have really. But I just ended up popping a super here because of that bubble. That's what it was. Yep, just use a super here. Remember the Scions in mid, they're dangerous. They're dangerous because of that damage that they do. The Void Detonation damage. Look at the decoy though. All the ads are focused on the decoy, not me. That's why this build's so good with Marksman, Ascension, being able to just spam it more because you get more decoys. You will get less melees because you haven't got Gamblers on, but we have Transcendence, which gives you loads of melees. So I'm still getting plenty of weakening smokes in this. If I ran Gambler's Dodge, I would get more melee uptime but less Ascension uptime. So you've got to make a decision. It's not that big of a decision, by the way. Like I say, the difference between like a Gambler's Dodge and Marksman's Dodge, it's just a playstyle choice. It's a playstyle choice. That's literally all it is. Like if I run Gambler's Dodge, I'm not magically going to knock 25 minutes off my run. Well, not 25 minutes, or 5 minutes off the run. I'm not going to knock that amount of time off the run. It's not going to make that much of a difference. It's just a playstyle choice. And you will get less decoys. I want more decoys. That is the only reason why I ran Marksman. And I love to be able to reload my weapon instantly as I pop Ascension. It allows me to play a little bit more aggressive. And it auto-reloads Malfeasance, which plays into the Lucky Pants roll, meaning when I do swap back to it, it's reloaded. So I think Marksman's Dodge is far better on Lucky Pants builds, just because of that reason alone. That room is dealt with pretty easy. Here we go to the Shrieker room. So I'm going to set the Shrieker off, swap to Malfeasance with the damage bonus. There we go, melts. So that what you've just saw there is the strat that I'm going to use for all the Shriekers. Then we're going to start dealing with the Shrieker. He's enraged, which he shouldn't be, this Shrieker. So I'm just going to let the Shrieker calm down. Yeah, he does. Look, the Shrieker stops attacking me now. So now I can just do my damage. My Malfeasance, Lucky Pants rotations. There we go. Once that's done, you pop a Transcendence right away and you want to start clearing the ads in mid. The Void Shields. So spam those weakenings, spam those nades. That's just what you want to do. Remember, for every taken enemy you kill, you get a dog. So you're not done. You need to clean up that next taken enemy, which will be a dog. So remember that. It's not just, oh, I've cleared all the ads. No, you haven't. You get a dog for each enemy. So in actual fact, the enemies in this room are doubled, aren't they? Technically. On the taken enemy sense, yes, they are. Because you get a dog for every one. Now, once I've done that Transcendence feature, I want to do a little bit of Shrieker damage, left and right. These ones. Which you can just take them from the stairs. There we go. And then the back left. And then there's 3 Shriekers in mid. So far it's top marks for Malfeasance. It's doing everything that I want it to do, even at range. Now I'm just going to work on a little bit of the ads. Any I can see, I will start to deal with. Because once you push up, these ads in particular start to push you. And you need to push up a little bit, because we're going to start dealing with the 3 Shriekers in mid. Which aren't hard to do at all. But you just want to you want to manage the room. That's exactly what I'm doing. So here we go, Meal Shrieker next. Commit to the damage you can, and if you want to, you can guard with the glaive and then survive that way as well. But I like to just do that, then go behind cover quickly, and then start managing the ads, and then sort of work the room like that. I'm micromanaging the room. The ads get interested in you when you push up, then when you push back, they keep interest, and then they back up. Yeah? You want to try and kill them before they back up. Okay. This unstop is very interesting. I'm going to see if... Yeah, no point. No point to sort of deal with him from that range. You are going to get an additional set of taken enemies, which are going to happen. I'm going to push up right, and I'm going to start dealing with this Shrieker, but I do see a orb in middle, and this is a good time to pop Super. If there was any a good time to pop Super, it's now. Go to middle. The Shriekers cannot kill you in mid, and you're just going to use your Super on all of the Scions, the Taken for all. The unstop pushes, that's fine. We want him to. That's good. That's not bad. It means I can save doing that later. So look, he pushes. Unfortunately, he goes behind cover. He outplayed me. That's fine. Just wait for it. He's there. He's focused on he's entirely focused on that decoy. We'll get a stun with the glaive if I can. There we go. Now swap to Malfeasance. Malfeasance does stun unstops intrinsically, but you'd be better off just stunning with the glaive. You get more damage if you do it that way. It's actually more damage if you stun with the glaive, then swap to Malfeasance, as opposed to stun unstop with Malfeasance, because there's a time there. It's not an instant stun. It's not an instant stun. Now I can go back to Shrieker Duty. I need right and left. You can deal with both of them from here. All the ads are, not all the ads, but most of the ads are dealt with. There's one taken captain left, and there's one champ, which now we can push up. The room is dealt with, managed. There we go. There's a taken unstop here. I haven't got my Malfeasance buff, but it is farming super energy though, so it's not the end of the world. The taken captain tries to strand me. I use a decoy right away. It's a good function to use it. If you get weak at all ever in this at any section, just pop an Ascension. You get that decoy and amplified. So ads are less likely to attack you because you're amplified, and because you have a decoy. Two things are happening at once. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Transcendence. I should have just killed this guy straight away. I thought that he would explode quicker than that, although he's not tethering the boss that much, so it's actually not too much of a problem. So yeah, you're just going to do your Transcendence where you weaken, and then you do your nade, you weaken, you maybe do a rotation with Malfeasance. Just be careful of the darkness walls though. Yeah, it's easy to be led into overcommitment to damage on this build, because like, oh, I've got my Lucky Pants buff, I need to commit. Yeah, commit, but if you're weak and a taken darkness wall's about to hit you, you need to jump out of the way. You're gonna lose your Lucky Pants buff, but you can get it back. You can always just get it back. Yeah, in a minute, so it's fine. There's a double damage bonus on the floor. I'm thinking about going to get that, which I can. It's well within my right to go and get it, because I've got a glaive on, so I can just put my guard up as soon as I push it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do in a minute. I'm going to do another rotation here though, I think. See how weak you can sometimes get? You can get weak off them. Right, there we go. We combine it. Hopefully Malfeasance is loaded. Yeah, it is. There we go. Look, decoys up. I can do all my damage exclusively on the boss and without penalty. Without penalty at all. I've got a super, but I'm not going to use it. It's not worth it now to use it. Yes, it would kill the boss quicker right now, but I may need the super for the bridge skip. So don't use it. Once you get that warden below half HP, the super's not worth it to use it, in my opinion. Because one of the bridge enemies could be a Drain Bane, or some other bad Bane. And if he is, you can pop super to survive it, see? Whereas some of you would have popped the super there. No, you don't need it. Right, he's the free champ skip. You can skip him. If you've done every single thing in this video that I've showed you, you can skip the champ. There are 11 champs in this total. You can kill 10 and skip one. Of any champ at all. It could even be the final champ in this at the final boss fight. You could technically skip him. Although it's not worth it to skip him because he gets in the way. But that champ's worth a skip. If you've done everything in this video so far, you can. Look, this is what I was on about. I got weak from a shock bane. So you pop super there because I can get it back. But I need the banner. Well, I don't need it, but I do want it for ammo. And I figured, you know what? You can make unlimited decoys in your super. So I'll just make a bunch of decoys. Pop my rally banner. And then I've won. Look at how easy that is. That's easy to just do that. It just fills up on my ammo and stuff. I think I was low on something. Alright. Damage for the boss. This is how this is going to go. Everything's highly curated. Transcendence pop. Weaken and smoke. Hail fire nade. Swap to Malfeasance. Do massive damage. Then do another rotation before he goes in Viz. Then reload Malfeasance. Wait for Out of Luck to come back. We've got more Transcendence energy, so I'm going to use it. Weakening. Nade, swap back to Malfeasance, Lucky Pants damage. You will get him to the D or less. Look at that. We spawn in the ads immediately, do a grapple, then an ascension, make a decoy, then pop super. This is where you want to pop super. This is your highest. For your super credit, if there was a credit for super, this is the best time to use it. Not on the boss. You don't need it. You're better off using Transcendences on the boss rather than your super. The super's better for the wizards because you can melt them quicker. Look how quick I just dealt with that. That's really easy. Okay, now I'm going to use a bit of LMG damage. I'm just seeing what Hammerhead does to him. It's pretty good, eh? Because void weapon, you see. Again, I could use Retrofit. I've already used Retrofit. I could use Corrective Measure. Any Void LMG you want to use, you can use it. You've got a free license to use it. It's whatever you want. Whatever you want. Look at this. Add spawning. I do a nice grapple there. There's a Hypernova. No problem. I just guard right away. That's it. Guard and you will survive. Easily. You won't even take damage. That's that mini phase done. I've got super and full transcendence energy. I don't recommend that you use your transcendence right now. You wait on it. You sit on it because it's only going to be about 30 seconds before you start to use it. Because we're doing that much damage to this boss that quickly. You do want a transcendence for the wizards. The 3 wizard phase, I recommend that you have a transcendence for it. Just because it's overshields, you're going to get loads of... It makes it way easier if you do. Look, so we save transcendence, we use it now. Pop transcendence. We spam our abilities, then we get an ascension, get overshield immediately. Look at how good that overshield is for this. And you just want to keep going around the map, using ascension, using your smoke, and using your nade. And then use a bit of glaive damage or LMG, or even Malfeasance. Every single weapon that you have on is effective against these wizards. Every single weapon. That's what's so good about it. Yep, just want to keep roaming around the map. Make sure all ads are clear. Because the next phase will not start until the final wizard's killed. Make sure all cursed, all thrall are dead at this point. If they're not, you need to hurry up and kill them before the unstop spawns in. It's not that much of a problem, but optimize it. You may as well. We've got a double damage buff on the floor again. So I'm going to go behind the lantern first. We're going to do a bit of lantern strategies here. It's just to evaluate which bane we get. It's good actually this, because it slows down the room and it allows you to establish what's going on, and you can pop a super when you need it. When I say wait on the super, I don't mean that much. I mean like 2 or 3 seconds though. Double damage bonus goes in. Decoy is made straight away. I use a grapple. First I'll lead with a grapple. I'll use a super because I get half HP off something. Just straight away go for the super. Now you're not going to be able to kill your unstop, but you are going to be able to clear the room. And this is not a problem, by the way. You would think it is, it isn't. Make a decoy. I made 2, yeah, because of my super. And then I get a stun on the unstop. You are tanky right now. Nothing can hurt you because you got a decoy up. Look at that. That gives me respite to kill my taken unstop without the boss fighting me. This is why this is so good. This is why decoys and ascension are such a good combination. This is my favourite interaction of the season for hunters. This is my favourite interaction. My favourite 2 aspects for Prismatic Hunter right now are Ascension, Freddy Spectre. That combination. Because I'm finally feeling like I don't need Invis for anything. Invis still has utility for things, but you don't need to use it. Now it's a question of what do you want to use. It's not I need to run Invis. It's like, do I want to run Invis? Do I want a different day-to-day? Do I want one of those decoy builds? For me, the answer is overwhelmingly yes. Because you want to get out of invisibility jail. It's been... Hunters have been in a invisibility jail since 2015 King's Fall. Are you seriously going to play more Invis? You've just played 10 years worth. And you want to play another 5 years worth of Invis? No way. You want the new tech. You want to use the new stuff. And Freddy Spectre is the new stuff. With the decoys. Because they're buffed. You'll get ads here. We get a nice... That's why Grapple goes on. Grapple's so good. It's been... Look at how good Grapple's been in this run. It's been good for movement tech. It's been good for using it with Ascension. It's been good for the Blight Skip. It's been good for ads. It's good for everything. There's nothing that it's not good for. And that is why, everybody... Grapple on Hunters in Sunless Cell is the best grenade choice that you can choose. Just because of everything that it does. Talking about exclusively Sunless Cell though. Yeah, so you want to keep making decoys while you DPS him. Hang around in middle. It's dead easy this. Look at how easy this is. Yeah, you just want to keep... So what you're going to do is, when you've got Malfeasance reloaded and ready... You're going to do a bit of glaive damage or LMG, up to you. You're going to make a decoy, then... Oh, we're not doing DPS, we're on ads. Damn it. So on ads, you want to pop a Transcendence right away. You should have it. And you want to keep getting over shields. Keep getting over shields and nades. Keep firing them. You want to try and get some stasis damage on that champ before you pop super, if you can. If you can't, it's not the end of the world, is it? Because you can kill him later on. But if you can stun him before you pop super, fantastic. Because look, it's cleared out the entire room. I get a lot of bees on me. I guard. Oh, I was meant to guard. I tanked quite a lot there. Look at that, hunters. I got a double damage bonus on the floor. I'm just checking Malfeasance is definitely loaded. It is. So I'm going to buy my time. Let's check damage. Double damage bonus. Decoy. Swap to hand cannon. Debuff the boss. Let's check HP chunker. There you go. There's your visual damage. Do we need to say any more? We don't need Microsoft Excel. What we need is a good pair of eyes. Assertiveness. Boom. Look at that yellow HP bar. You see the chunk? That confirms to you that you're cooking with this build. You don't need no Microsoft Excel. Look at this. Solo GM for the Hunter Lucky Pants. Works out brilliant. It's actually my best run of the week, surprisingly. But yeah, that was a solo GM on this loadout. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.